tape right now because I'm about to tell you the truth. And F you if you can't handle the truth. This version of Biden is the best Biden ever.
Okay, guess what? Trump's tariffs are crazy. It's gonna. Oh, I'm sorry. It worked again. It worked again like that.
Why was it that easy?
What was it always this easy? So he got Colombia to cave like that, and now he got Mexico to cave. Breaking: President Trump says tariffs on goods from Mexico are paused for a month. Why? Because Mexico's president said it will put 10,000 troops at the border. And this is going to now forever be known as an American standoff.
It will now be called an American standoff.
Here's Trump tweeted this out. I just spoke with President Claudia Sheinbaum of Mexico. It was a very friendly conversation where she agreed to immediately supply 10,000 Mexican soldiers on the border separating Mexico and the United States. Wow. And I wonder how many of them are going to jump over the border. These soldiers will be specifically designated to stop the flow of fentanyl and illegal migrants into our country. So they're going to be specifically 10,000 new Mexican soldiers to stop fentanyl and immigrants. We further...
Mexicans aren't the people mostly coming over. I know they make it like it's Mexicans, which is insane and just stupid and racist, but Mexico doesn't want illegals in their country either. So this is all about fentanyl. This is what I don't understand, and I don't know if it is in this, but what is the deal? Is Canada allowing fentanyl? Because these tariffs, he keeps bringing up fentanyl, and that's aside from the illegals coming in. Who is Canada allowing that, and Mexico were allowing fentanyl, or no?
So yes, the answer is yes, Kurt. We further agreed to immediately pause the anticipated tariffs. Kurt, I think it's our own the blob is allowing fentanyl. Yes.
Who runs the cartels?
That's right. Who runs those cartels? You think
who taught those awful Zetas that are now broken up into a million?
That's right.
TV SEAL Team 6. Can't say it enough.
We further agreed to immediately pause the anticipated tariffs for a 1-month period during which we will have negotiations headed by Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Secretary of State, by the way, I did my Marco Rubio joke last night in Burbank. Turns out nobody knows who Marco Rubio is. Secretary Treasury Scott Bessent and high-level representative of Mexico. I look forward to participating in those negotiations with President Sheinbaum as we attempt to achieve a deal between our two countries. That's what Trump's all about. He's about the deal. So yes, so Mexican people who are deeply rooted in their traditions, and that's why they look to their leader, Claudia Sheinbaum, for answers. And when push came to shove, her answer was, okie dokie, whatever you say. That was her answer. Okie dokie. The U.S.-Mexican leaders announced the pause after what Trump did. Mexico, we just said all that. The United States commits to work with stop the trafficking of high-powered weapons to Mexico, so that they're going to do that. Isn't that nice? This is what Sheinbaum posted. She posted, Mexico will reinforce the northern border with 10,000 members of the National Guard immediately to stop drug trafficking from Mexico to the United States, in particular fentanyl. The United States, in return, commits to work to stop the trafficking of high-powered weapons to Mexico. So that's
you know what?
That's their deal.
That means Trump and her know that it's the CIA. That's why all these people have lost their security clearance. And so for the public, they're going to go, oh, hey, we're going to do this. We had a very friendly conversation. We all know who the cartel was. It was the goddamn CIA the whole time.
So Trump's tariffs against Canada and China were still slated to go into effect Tuesday, but uncertainty remained about the durability of any deals and whether the tariffs were a harbinger of a broader trade war. As Trump has promised, there's more import taxes to come. Kurt, here's a surprise for you.
What?
Here's a surprise. Ready? Justin Trudeau just caved to Trump's tariffs.
No, not Justy. Oh.
Canada has caved. They will pause their proposed tariffs for 30 days and will implement a $1.3 billion border plan, which includes appoint a fentanyl czar, reinforce the border with new choppers, technology, and personnel, send nearly 10,000 personnel to the border, list cartels as terrorists, launch a Canada-U.S. joint strike force to combat organized crime, fentanyl, and money laundering.
What?
Here he is. I just had a good call with President Trump. Canada, is implementing our $1.3 billion border plan, reinforcing the border with choppers, technology, blah, 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 and coordination with our American partners, and increase resources to stop the flow of fentanyl. Nearly 10,000 frontline personnel are and will be working on protecting the border. In addition, Canada, is making new commitments to appoint a fentanyl czar. That sounds very Russian. That sounds very Russian.
Why do we? Everything's a czar here.
Everything's a czar. We will list cartels as terrorists, ensure 24/7 eyes are on the border, launch a Canada-U.S. joint strike force to combat organized crime, fentanyl, and money laundering. I have also signed a new intelligence directive on organized crime and fentanyl, and we will be backing it with $200 million. Proposed tariffs will be paused for at least 30 days while we work together.
Why was this not immediately done how many years ago? Is that suspicious? Doesn't that prove the deep state to you right there? Oh, you could have done this a long time ago, Justy? Why didn't you? So somebody got taken out that was handing down orders to this moron and moron Democrats. And now that's why the Democrats have no message, because their leaders go, I don't know who it is. We never got to see.
And
something happened because they're going to go. They're all knuckling under like they have no backup from some globalist ally they used to have.
And the Democrats and the media are pretending that everything Trump is doing is somehow crazy, even though people voted for it. And so far, like I said, his tariffs, if they don't work, it will sink his presidency. Well, so far, 3 times they've worked. They worked in Colombia, they worked in Canada, and they worked in Mexico. They've worked 3 times already.
They got done right away.
Right, like that.
It got done so fast that it's almost like it's a myth that you can't get stuff done, that they've been just telling you and not doing things.
So let's see how the shitlibs report this.
You know, if you hate Republicans and only vote Democrat and whatever, that's your Yankees or whatever.
Yeah.
Why didn't the Democrats do this with, say, Roe v. Wade, the thing they said they would do on day one?
Right.
But they didn't. But Trump said day one, and he did it.
And he did it. Well, so you know what? I have to quote my favorite show, Due Dissonance. They made the point that when Republicans get in power, they do the most that they can. Right. So Trump's deporting people. He's putting tariffs. He's firing people he's getting rid of the DEI. He's getting rid of pronoun. He's getting all that. He's doing everything. He's going balls to the wall. In Alabama, they tried to pass a law that made it, they were going to hire all these bounty hunters to go searching for illegal immigrants, which is a horrible thing, which actually got voted down. So that's good. So, but the point is that Republicans try to do the most they can do. And when Democrats get elected, they try to do the least they can do. They try, we can't do a minimum wage because of the parliamentarian. We can't do that. We can't do anything.
Best I can do is mutilate your children.
So they try to do the least they can do without pissing off their base. The Republicans try to do the most they can do before their base says, okay, rein it in.
Well, also the Democrats' base, who is their base? People that work in Washington full time?
Right.
That's their base? Federal employees. And so they hired as many useless, wasteful jobs as they could over these last 4 years. And
I hate to break
trying to hide and protect their bullshit jobs. That's all their votes. Who would vote for them?
I hate to break it to my my Hollywood Democrat voting friends. You're in the minority, and it's over. Your pronoun era. Your white.
That was all CIA.
It's all.
And now CIA is getting broken up.
That's right. That all came from BlackRock that all came from Vanguard, State Street, and the CIA. All that stuff, and you repeat it unquestionably. All the stuff, all that stuff. Control. And
they're mad at you for not being hypnotized by it.
And it's over. And wokeness is just the way hippies became a punchline in the 80s. Woke people are a punchline now.
I owe hippies an apology for anything I ever said about them because they were way cooler.
They're way cooler.
They had good drugs. They fucked.
DEI is DOA.
Finally. Good. I love the people that defend it. You know they have no merit. When somebody with merit, like someone you thought was talented, defends it, I assume they're being blackmailed for a terrible crime. That's all I can assume. The only other people that passionately defend it are people that are not that good at what they do and they're only there because of it. And then the people that say it's good are people that did something bad that they're not getting in trouble for, and then they're going to knuckle under. And that's every idiot that went along with that shit that I know personally. I watch people who I know that if I was some kind of whiny, fluorescent-haired, fat gender blob, I could ruin them. But I would never do something like that because I'm not an idiot. All of them went along with all the wrong things because out of fear. All of them. It's just like a pyramid of insanity and fear.
This is amazing. This is Trump definitely came in with a plan, and he's definitely implementing it.
Yo, if he gets out, if he's wrong, I don't understand people talking about. Like, I'm going to talk. I know I've been around long enough to know how it works. Is I'm going to be liked by a certain group while I'm enjoying the same thing they are, and then the second I don't like it, I'm going to say something, and you know what they're going to do? All turn on me. I've had it 2 or 3 times now.
Yeah.
I don't give a rat's ass, just to let anybody know, tweeting at me. If you haven't followed me this whole time and don't know what I'm about, I don't give a shit. As soon as I don't like something, you'll know. It'll come right out of my mouth with no regard for my audience or whatever. I just say what I want all the time. So right now, I love this.
Over to Steph.
I hate Trump. I just hate him. All right, I just hate him.
For making me love him.
Hey, Jimmy, do you want to go?
I hate China for making me love him.
Jimmy, do you want to go to Rumble?
Yeah, let's go to Rumble.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me put this there. Hold on. We're all set. Wanted to make sure we're all ready for this. All right, let's hit it. There we go. Stop. Making sure, and I'll try to pin it. Got to do this technical stuff. Come on, girl. There we go. Oh, you suck. All right, there we go. All right, let's try to pin it for everybody. You're just going to go to Rumble. You'll find us. Gosh, everything's acting a little peculiar. That's the link. I'm pinning the link. Link is pinned. Give me 1 more second. I need to refresh something. Don't do anything yet. I got to refresh it. Refreshing. So I get all your super chats. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back on Rumble. Over 25K. Woo!